The blue and the white. Being in the mountains is probably one of my favourite places to go each year. We experiment with different ways and formats to capture our vision when we travel. And at the moment, we're sharing that content across platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, all of which provide more eyes being seen on our work and hopefully more brands and greater opportunities coming along with it. So about a year ago, I posted this video, which got a total of 1.8 million views on Instagram and gave me a total of 7,000 followers. A few months then went by and a hotel located in Val Thorens, which is like another part of the Three Valleys in the French Alps, they got in contact with me and said, Ben, we love your work. We love the video that you posted. We'd love for you to come and stay with us next ski season for like 3 or 4 nights. And we'll cover like all of your stuff, your transfer and your ski pass, dinners each night, everything like that, in exchange for one reel. So essentially we'll give you a free ski holiday to post one 20-second long video. But there was no mention of like payment. It was just, we'll give you the free holiday and you can essentially make us one piece of content. Which then leads me to my next point. And I know there's a lot of arguments on both sides of this, but essentially working and offering your services for free. From experience, and I'm using that sort of like ski trip as an example, if there is a hobby or an activity or a sport that you are really interested in and that you do often, film and photography can sometimes be like a catalyst into getting your foot in the door when it comes to that specific activity you might enjoy doing. Now, you could argue with me and say, Ben, this is easy for you. You have followers on Instagram, you have like an entire portfolio to back this up. So obviously brands are going to want to work with you now. But if you think about it, before I had any followers, before I had like any sort of like platform, I guess, all I used to do was take pictures of sneakers because I was interested in sneakers. I think when I first started even posting on Instagram, it was just streetwear and sneakers for those of you that have been sticking around since those days. And I remember I was taking photos of sneakers without getting paid. I was literally doing work for free. I was shooting like Nike shoes, Adidas shoes. I was essentially doing loads of free work just because I wanted to post like cool photos of sneakers on Instagram. I think I hit like 9k followers and my first ever like sort of brand deal came through the door with Puma and they offered like £1,200. At the time for me was loads of money. I dropped out of uni and yeah, I was like, I've just made £1,200 by photographing some shoes, all because I done loads of free work to build up like a mini portfolio on Instagram because I was just interested in sneakers. So going back to my point, I went on that ski trip. I took that opportunity, not just for myself, but to build a bridge and build a relationship with that brand, or in my case, that hotel, so that further down the line, if something comes up, they might ask me back again to do more work for them. And this time it could be paid. So what I'm saying is don't devalue yourself. Obviously, I believe your time is worth money, but you do have to sort of like give a little to get a little back. Okay, so now let's head over to the studio where I'm going to break down the full Instagram reel that I made from this trip. Welcome back to the desk, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's important when it comes to social media to be able to adapt, but without compromising who you are or your personal brand. Now, what I mean by that is try not to chase virality, in my opinion. And the reason why I love posting videos like this is because I make YouTube content. And this is a great way of just me posting sort of snippets from that YouTube video on Instagram in a much more slower paced way in order to tell a story. Paying attention to composition is a massive thing when it comes to posting these types of reels, which is why I feel like I wanted to break this down properly for you guys to understand in this video. If you are sort of like struggling or you've got content that you're sitting on but you don't really know what to do with it, this is a great way of essentially repurposing that content. So the actual reel itself is no longer than 12 seconds long, and it is a accumulation of about 10 different frames, and they're all static frames. Now, the blue parts are obviously my clip, and all the purple parts are my adjustment layer, so my color grade. And then we've got the soundtrack, which I've muted because it's copyrighted. And then the bottom two are my sort of ambient sounds, which I will speak about as I sort of kind of guide you guys along this reel. The beginning part of your reel is hands down the most important because that is what is going to hook your viewers' attention straight away. So you've got at least a second or 2 seconds to essentially try and grab that viewer, because you know people's attention spans at the moment are non-existent, right? So for the sake of this reel, I've actually used 3 main components. So my font color choice, my opening shot composition, and matching my title sequence to the music. So those are my 3 things that I've taken into consideration for this opening title sequence. Especially with my composition, I've chosen that sort of like blue background on top of this yellow bold font, this sort of like soft yellow color, because the blue and the yellow I think contrast really nicely together. I actually follow an Instagram account called Awesome Color. I'll leave it in the description. And this account is really good just to get an idea or understanding of what colors work really well together. The opening 3 words, so Bluebird Day, Vow to End, are obviously coming up on screen as the soundtrack is playing, so they're all in beat. In that opening second, you've already got a title of exactly what you're going to be watching, and the soundtrack is going to set that mood. Something else that you will notice are these 2 green soundtracks, which is ambient. So when I go out and I record videos like this, I will have my microphone on at all times, just because if I'm vlogging, obviously I want to talk to camera, I want to pick up my audio, but also there's no harm in just picking up audio ambience, just because it might come in useful. So if you take a look at my second frame, this sets the scene. This tells the viewer where I am. It sets the scene of the environment. Also, you've got a mixture of motion in there because the snowboarder going past, I think that adds a really nice touch of motion. We've got a cool little sun flare at the top right, which I've just noticed. And also I've used my grid to kind of give myself a bit of negative space. I've done the same thing with my third shot. When I mounted the camera on the tripod and I stood there, I wanted to wait for that gust of wind. And then again, you've got that really nice background view. I've used negative space above my head. So I've cropped my frame and I've zoomed in a little bit just to make myself seem small compared to the rest of the background. So I kind of made a slight mistake in this video and I wanted to leave it in just to show you guys sort of like what I mean. It's not a huge mistake, but it's something that I probably should have changed. Now, as you can see, this shot here at 6 seconds, there are skiers coming out of or coming off the ski lift on this like wooden brown building. Obviously, we've got the kind of contrasting colors with the sort of orange tone of the wood with the blue sky. But then the next shot, again, is a brown building, blue sky, composed quite similar. They're 2 next to each other. What I should have done is I should have moved this clip over of the skier in the red jacket. I should have just swapped the 2 out. So essentially just move this one here and then move the other one across, just so that both of these clips aren't basically similar and just sitting next to each other. Now this way, once I've moved this one down, as you can see, flows just a little bit better. Maybe I should have moved it actually along one more, just because I don't want 2 of the exact sort of same shot next to one another. Choosing your different frames can really impact the video, in my opinion. So you just want to make sure that the shots that you're choosing for your sequence are all quite diverse and you're not putting too many of the same shot next to each other. You'll notice as well, each clip is on screen for no longer than a second, just because I feel like this is a great sort of duration for each clip, just because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack's quite upbeat, so having each clip about a second or so is enough. And after about 12 or 15 seconds of someone watching this video, they can kind of establish what's going on. It doesn't need to be too much longer, in my opinion. Now, finally, I'm going to cover the filming settings and what I use in order to get shots like this. So for this entire sequence, I actually used the Sony a7 IV. All of these shots are filmed on the a7 IV with a mixture of 3 lenses, which is the 16-35, 24-70, and a 35mm 1.4. all paired with the same ND filter, the Peter McKinnon Pro Mist 2 to 5 stop. So it's a VND and a mist. And I shot all of these clips in 4K, 24 frames in S-Log 3. So that's all of my settings broke down, and I also took a tripod up with me. Just having a little tripod with you at all times is just going to be better for you to capture either yourself in shot or just capture a guaranteed still frame. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this video. Again, you can apply what I've just taught you or what I've spoken about to basically anything, whether you're into filming things in this way, creating social content for yourself. You never know what it can lead to. At the end of the day, that is going to be the best thing that you can do. As long as you can constantly make content for yourself, make content around something that you really like, you never know what can come of it at the end of the day. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it gave you a bit of an insight as to, my process when it comes to editing reels or specific videos like this. If you're a fan of this sort of style, obviously let me know if there's anything you want me to cover going forward regarding, how to do certain things when it comes to Instagram, or just any suggestions. Would really appreciate it. Leave a comment, DM me, all of that good stuff. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a like, rate, and subscribe down below if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.